What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. For this trip, I noticed that there was a great little weather window with some super calm winds, so I decided to do a solo local trip where I wanted to start in the shallows, drifting for halibut, sand bass, calico bass, sculpin, and then move out into the deeper water and do some deep dropping for rockfish. I've been wanting to look around this area for some more rockfish spots, and with the weather window, it's kind of silly not to go give it a try. But yeah, stay tuned. It turned out to be a really fun, beautiful day.
Our target species is the halibut. So I have these two Trinidad's. I have a 12 and a 14 right there. Both of them have, I believe it's 40-pound braid. And then I'll show you guys, if you haven't seen my other halibut videos, how I like to rig them up. I bought these little clips on Amazon. If you just look up like fishing sliding clip, there's a bunch of different brands that make them. But basically, it's just a little clip that the line slides through right there, and then you have this snap that you can put your weight on. So I start with that, just slide that onto my braid. Sorry, trying to keep an eye on the one rod I already have down there. And then I'm gonna put on a little bead next to help protect the connection knot. There we go. And then I pre-rigged a bunch of halibut rigs, and I just like to keep them on an old like paper towel roll. I'm sure there's more efficient or more organized ways, but this works for me. It's super simple. But with these, I think it's a 1/0, just regular J hook, and then a size, I think it's a size 1 or a 1/0 little stinger treble on 20-pound fluoro. But there we go. That way you're not out here tying a bunch of rigs, because when you're drifting for halibut, you are going to lose some of these rigs. It just comes with the territory there. So I like having, I don't know, 10 of them already pre-done, but just have that like 1/0 to a nice stinger and about 3 feet to a swivel. All right, now that we have the leader attached, I'm just going to clip on a weight straight to this clip. If you notice that you're drifting over some like eelgrass, or there's a bunch of like kelp spread around the bottom, and you keep bringing up your trap rig with like I said, eelgrass or kelp or anything off the bottom on it consistently, you can always add like a foot or two of like 20-pound or 15-pound off of this snap, just to try to get your bait up a little bit higher. I'm not really marking much on the bottom now. I'll adjust if I have to, but I like to start with it just directly on the bottom like that. There we go. So as you can see, when that halibut bites it, especially if you're fishing it in your hand, if you get a bite, you can put it in free spool, and that halibut can swim off with it without feeling that weight. I can't tell you how many times I get short bit or like raked baits if I just put it in a rod holder and then I wind it up after a drift, and you can tell that a halibut had it in its mouth. So this way, if you're actively fishing it, you feel that bite, you can put it in free spool and actually let that halibut kind of swim off with it, settle down, inhale it, and then you can set the hook on him. Just helps with my hook up to land ratio, I've found. Instant bite. Oh my god. Is that recording? First bait down. That was crazy. Doesn't feel like a halibut though. It was like lots of head shakes. Probably sand bass maybe. Here we go. bass. All right, that was pretty cool. I'll show you guys that sand bass in a second. I'm gonna get this other rig down because there was a bunch of bait on the bottom there. Alrighty, nice sand bass. That was crazy. I was just kind of metering around because I did like 5 drifts in a different area and didn't get a single bite. Didn't really mark much bait. Nothing really anywhere near the bottom. Immediately, like, just started metering around, went out a little deeper, immediately started marking bait. Literally first bait down, this hit bottom and was instantly bit. This guy should be legal size. Oh yeah, 15 incher. Obviously he's gut hooked anyways on that stinger treble hook, so he's bleeding, probably wouldn't make it. So perfect legal size eating sand bass. So I'm gonna throw that guy in the bag just so we have something to take home. But yeah, this zone is immediately already looking a lot more fishy. Hey everyone, sorry to pull you away from the video. I just wanted to take a second to let you know that my full-time job is as a loan officer. So if you are interested in buying a home or just have any questions in general about how to qualify for a home loan, whether that's this year, next year, or just down the line, just so you're ready and prepared when you do decide to buy a home, please let me know. I'd love to help you out. You can leave me a comment down below, or you can shoot me an email at fluentmortgage@gmail.com, and I can get you set up with my work contact information and answer any questions you have, run some scenarios for you, kind of give you the gist of where the rates would be for all the different products that you could qualify for. It can be an overwhelming process if you've never done it before, so it definitely helps having someone to talk to and get you on the right track when you're ready to pull the trigger and get into a home. That being said, if you already currently own a home and you're looking at buying an investment property, a second home, doing a refinance, cash out, any of that stuff we can help you out with. So please let me know. Stay tuned for the rest of the video. Starting to think I may have found like a little bass hole right here. I went back to where I was marking all that bait, and it might just be like a rock pile or something, because there's a bunch of suspended bass down there, it looks like, on the graph. Keep getting bit as soon as I hit bottom. I don't know how a fish can inhale a sardine with a stinger hook and a nose hook and still not get hooked is crazy to me. But yeah, I'll take a wide open bass bite right now, seeing as there's a bunch of red tide and some pretty gnarly swell today, actually, like big ground swell. So hopefully that's not messing with the halibut too much, but let's try to get another bass or two. That'd be rad. There's a biter. Sand bass. There we go. Found a spot that there's just tons of freaking bait near the bottom. And I'm marking what look like bass. And normally, you know, if you can find the sand in between like the hard bottom and stuff like that, there's gonna be halibut sitting there. Oh yeah, he is just barely short. He's like 13 and like 5/8, but cool fish, man. Beautiful fish. They fight hard, pound for pound. Yeah, like I was saying, normally when you see all the bait near the bottom and you're getting bit by like sand bass, sculpin and stuff, you're on the right hard bottom area where there's active feeding fish and bait. Normally you start getting halibut bites, so I don't know if I need to move even deeper or what, but I might make a couple more passes over this zone, and if I don't get any sign of a halibut, like a raked bait or short halibut, anything like that, I might just shoot out even deeper and just keep pushing my way out, because I don't know, maybe this big groundswell has them pushed out further, or who knows what. But it is always fun to catch those sand bass. I think this is my first sign of a halibut. This bait looks like a halibut rake. See how it's a lot more defined slices, almost like what a barracuda would look like, but in this water temp, that depth, that right there looks like a halibut. Again, it's crazy. I have a hook up here and I have a hook right there, and somehow he grabbed right in the middle and didn't get stung by either of them. Ugh. That's how it goes sometimes. But yeah, that was in this really brown water. Let me show you guys. I don't know if you can make it out on the GoPro, but that's like chocolate brown. Red tide. I'm on spot lock and still kind of drifting backwards. That's how much the current's ripping downhill right now. So I don't know, I might spin around, just let the natural drift pull me over the spot that I was just over, where I just got that bite. I was metering a lot of bait back there too, but you know, sun's starting to set. I was gonna try to do some deep water rockfish, but I mean, my priority's halibut, so I'll probably spin around, try that spot one more time, and then move out a little deeper, try a couple other spots. Fingers crossed. Freaking giant lizardfish. You know what's funny? It's actually been a long time since I've actually caught a lizardfish. That's a pretty gnarly, pretty big one. I've read and heard stories of people using these to catch big halibut, but I mean, I got a tank full of sardines, might as well stick with what I'm confident in, but it's a gnarly fish. Gross. Here's a better look at that. See if the polarized glasses help at all. Probably not. But the red tide is just so streaky. Like, it legit is just brown nastiness. So that might have shut off any halibut bite that there may have been. But at the same time, like, if they're down at the bottom, does the red tide really affect them? I don't know. I don't fish the red tide enough to know that. But anyway, so I just pushed out a little deeper. Gonna do like another half an hour of drifting and see how it goes. Wish me luck. There we go. There's something with some head shakes. Oh, stay on there. Okay. Go down on there. There we go. Perfect eating size red. Nice. On the sardine too, the stripped up sardine. It's like my favorite eating size right there. Perfect for cooking whole. Excellent. All right, let's do that again. One more, and I'm done with the reds. We might have to go try another spot. Oh, instant bite. Instant bite. There's some head shakes. Gonna back off on it a little bit. Like I was saying earlier, you just don't want them to spin off on the way up. There we go. Oh, I got bit on the bottom one too. Could have had a double there, but it's not like I need it because that's my limit. Got my 2 reds on that sardine strip. Nice. Perfect eating size red. Again, I like cooking this size whole. Gill and gut them, throw them in the oven. After you scale them, of course. I'll show you guys once we get home, but super, super delicious. Oh, there we go. That's a fish. Hopefully stays pinned on there. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm kind of adjusting the speed of the electric reel as I feel him kind of fighting, just so he doesn't spin off. Like a slow, steady pace is the best bet there. I dropped down one whole fresh frozen squid and one live sardine, so we'll see which one got the bite. Whew, there we go. I don't even know if you guys can see me with that sun glaring. Interesting. Mexican rockfish. I'm hoping this current's gonna die down because the tide was dropping out from like a pretty high tide. So I'm hoping that this ripping downhill current will slow down a little, because I mean, I'm marking fish down deep on this spot, and I'm getting like short little nibbles, and then I'm winding up and I've been picked clean, or I have like a small little rockfish. So all I got to show for those last 2 drops, these 2 guys right here, but there's got to be bigger ones down there. You're still, you know, eatable size, but I'm definitely looking to bring home some more meat. So I'm gonna reset and drop again. Might go back to a whole sardine. That one ate the sardine strips. Nothing on the squid again. It's weird. There we go. That one feels a little heavier, hopefully. It's so hard to tell when you have this much line out and the current's ripping that much. There's just so much bend in your line. Even with, I have 30-pound braid on here in hopes of keeping that, like, that braid that cut through the water, right? So if you have heavier braid, it's going to create more drag. So I specifically put 30-pound on here. And even today, man, it's just like getting that big bow in the line. So I feel the weight hit bottom and I have to wind up like, I don't know, 20 yards of slack, it feels like, to get it kind of straight up and down. Once I'm on bottom though, it seems fine. So it's probably just like the surface, like a more of a surface current, whereas down on the bottom, it seems a lot more calm. Because once, like I said, once that weight hits bottom, I feel it stick and I can get that slack out and kind of get it straight up and down. I don't know. We'll see what this one is. Hopefully something bigger. Come on, do something big. I don't think it is. The rod's really not doing. Oh, I see 2. Oh, doubles. Ugh. There we go. That's more like it. Okay there, buddy. A little overzealous, but headshot. And then, like, I went for the squid. Oh, there's a little green blotch. I mean, that's the species I was looking for, but I was hoping to get a much bigger one. What do we got? Another green blotched that ate that strip of Spanish mackerel. It's crazy to me because the fresh frozen squid, it looks like it got a couple of bites on it, but it just has not been performing compared to stripping up, you know, mackerel, Spanish mackerel, sardines. I mean, that and shrimp has been my favorite. I probably should have brought some shrimp out today, but I didn't think I'd need it. But another green blotched, cool looking fish, perfect eating size, but I would really, like I said earlier, I was really hoping to find some bigger ones. All right, well, obviously that trip didn't turn out the way I was hoping it would. I think I only had that one raked bait, that one short bite from a halibut all day, which is frustrating. But I mean, that's fishing, right? You can't go out and expect to just whack them every time. But at the same time, I did come home with a couple consolation prizes. I got that sand bass, 15-incher that swallowed that treble hook, so he wasn't gonna make it anyway. So he'll make some great fish tacos. But then also got that sculpin. As you can see, this sculpin here looks a little different than when I caught him. Once I bonk the fish, bleed it, I'll take scissors and give it a haircut. So I cut off all the spines that are venomous, just so even though the fish is dead, if your hand slips and you tag that thing, you're still gonna have a bad time. So it's really easy. You just take the scissors, cut these top ones off, the anal fin, and then they have two more right here. I was like, did I miss one? No, that's soft. Then two more right there. So just a helpful little tip there. I will say though, sculpin is one of our fish that you're allowed to keep year-round, and they are absolutely delicious. So when the fishing is tough, it's really nice to have these fish to fall back on. I've said it in other videos where I've targeted sculpin, but I definitely want to focus on them more in that off season, specifically sand bass, halibut, and sculpin, because those are some of the fish that are year-round for us when the rockfish is closed and the water's too cold to really target anything else. So super fun fish to catch, absolutely delicious. You just gotta watch out for the spines. Start out just like I do any other fish with that head cut, and then go right down the back right here. Nice shallow cut. And then you can use your thumb to lift that meat up and really see exactly where you're going with that knife blade. There we go. And then right behind the butt, just poke that knife through, walk it towards the tail. Don't separate the tail. I use that later when I flip the fillet over to help skin it. So now that that's traced, just flip it over, do the same thing to the other side. I'll definitely cut his stomach open and see what's in there. See what he's been eating. Again, if you guys haven't watched any of my other fillet videos, I leave that fillet on the other side intentionally. It helps keep the fish flat so you can get a nice clean cut on the second fillet as well. If you remove this fillet, especially with sculpin, because they have such a fat head, the fish is going to kind of lay like that, and it makes it a lot harder to get a clean cut. So try it out if you want. If not, don't really care. It's just what I like to do. All right, right to the tail there, both sides traced. Work that knife, break those rib bones. Got all that meat off of that fish. Edge of the table here. Cut down to the skin. This is why I don't like to remove it, because now you can hold the fish and it's not as like slippery. Makes it a lot easier to skin it. Just walk it forward like that. Trim off those rib bones. There we go. Nice sculpin fillet. Same thing for the other side. Edge of the table. There's our sculpin fillets. Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to show me cutting open his stomach on YouTube, but this is what was in there. A freaking octopus. Little tiny one, but yeah, sculpin are notorious for eating these things. That's pretty cool. Sorry I didn't get to you sooner, little buddy. Could have helped you out, but I say that because a few years ago I was spearfishing in Catalina, and we were just shooting sculpin, bass, and anything. We were just trying to get stuff for fish tacos, and I shot a sculpin, and as I was pulling it out of the grass, it coughed up a live octopus that inked a few times and then swam off. I actually got that on GoPro, so obviously they like to eat octopus. All right, I'm just gonna run through this sand bass real quick, and then we're gonna pop into the kitchen and make something delicious. Stay tuned. Back in the kitchen now, and I have that sand bass cut up into little chunks. I found an interesting recipe online for chicken. It was like a crispy, sweet and sour chicken served over rice. So we're gonna try that, but with fish. So I've already made the sauce here. There's quite a few ingredients, honestly. I'll link them down below, but it's soy sauce, honey, ketchup, sesame oil, garlic, sugar, brown sugar, and rice vinegar, and I might have missed a couple other things, but I'll put in the description down below exactly what I did to make the sauce, but honestly it smells delicious. And then I have flour, egg, and then our tempura batter that's seasoned right here. So we're gonna run through the gauntlet here, put it in the hot oil. I have it to temperature right now. We're gonna get this sauce in the wok, ready and hot. And then I also have some asparagus to serve on the side, so let's get started. So one thing I didn't realize is, obviously I showed you guys filleting a sculpin. Did catch a legal size sculpin, but for whatever reason, it didn't show up in the files when I was uploading it from the SD card, so I don't know if I just missed it when I was going through everything or if the GoPro cut out, but did get a legal size sculpin as well, so it wasn't as terrible of a day. Conditions, again, were very tough, but still brought home some delicious fish. So just gonna throw this in the flour and then into the egg wash and then into the seasoned tempura. While that first batch cooks, we still have another batch to throw in there. I'm gonna put the sauce in this wok that's been heating up and let this kind of warm up, come to temperature. The recipe did say to let it kind of come to, I don't want to say a boil, but that sounds about right, but definitely want it to temperature. Let it kind of reduce. It said by, I don't know, some percent, I forget exactly, but again, I'll put it in the description down below. So we'll let that kind of simmer right there while these bad boys cook. Smells freaking delicious. Oh, and I put the asparagus on. Oh, missed one. There we go. How do those look? They smell freaking delicious. Throw them on the paper towel over there and get the next batch in real quick. Put the asparagus in there. Fish. take that off the heat. It's kind of, it reminds me of like orange chicken, honestly, from like...
No, it's kind of messing with my head because it looks like orange chicken.
It literally looks like orange chicken, kind of smells like orange chicken because of the honey and everything, but it's gonna be fish, so we'll see if we like it. Might throw us off, might be freaking delicious, but...
I think I'm either gonna love it or hate it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any room for any in between here, but I'm gonna serve it over some steamed rice. And then of course, green onion action. Gotta go green onions, right?
Never have too many of those.
Sesame seed. What do you think? You want some Kewpie on there? Or are you good without it?
I don't know, why don't you try it?
I'm going Kewpie. I'm addicted to this stuff, as you guys can tell. It's like gone.
Good deals at Costco.
Fun fact, Kewpie is at Costco.
All supplies last.
What's that?
Why don't you try first?
You want me to try first?
Kinda.
Fair enough. I think it looks freaking delicious. The fact that it's fish and not chicken might throw me off.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I'm thinking orange chicken, but
Yeah. Sand bass?
sand bass. She hates it. Or do you love it?
I love it.
That face was a little concerning.
Oh
at
my
first
gosh.
there. Is it good?
It's amazing.
Really?
Yes. It's like crunchy, but moist on the inside. Sand bass is my fave because, or no, I don't think I've ever had sand bass. I've had calico bass.
Yeah, you haven't had sand bass.
Oh my gosh.
Hot. Mmm.
I might like it more than orange chicken.
Oh my god.
This is a new top fave. Not even a question. It's like fresh, but like...
It's actually hard to explain, like the crunchiness, but then it's like the fish still, it doesn't like, it's not fishy at all.
No.
But it's more like airy than like chicken is, you know what I mean?
It's lighter,
Yeah.
yeah. But it doesn't taste fishy at all. Like if you
not
had
at all.
told me that this was like some weird
Oh my
form
gosh.
of orange chicken, I'd be like, cool.
This might be a top 3 or 5
That's what I'm saying.
of the recipes we've done this year.
Oh wait,
You
here.
guys have to try this. That's fantastic. Look at that.
The inside.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, smart.
Mm.
Nice flaky. A lot of people hate on keeping sand bass, but I mean, those just over legal to 18, maybe 20-inch fish, delicious.
I think this is the chicken of the sea.
I just turned the camera off, and what'd you say?
I think this is one of the most amazing things you've ever made me.
I would agree with that. Honestly, it's definitely one of my faves. But yeah, we're gonna finish this off, wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Later.